Good evening. We are getting a closer look at the impact of a tornado today in Wapello County.
KCCI's Zane Satry there in Wapello County outside of a damaged house. Zane, tell us what you're seeing after that tornado came through.
Hi, James and Stacy. Yeah, damage is a bit of an understatement, unfortunately, here this afternoon as we head into the evening hours. Photographer Bob Thomas is showing you the remains of this house here northeast of Ottumwa, basically between there and the small town of Hedrick here in northeastern Wapello County. As you can see through the windows, there's no glass left in these windows. The roof is gone. The west side of the house here too, the wall is caved in, and what should be just to the west of the house as well is supposed to be a garage, and there's really no garage left either. We're looking inside what was the couples who lived here, their kitchen. We were told by some family members who are here right now cleaning up inside of the house that the couple who lived here, they were sheltering inside the shower on the other side of the house when the tornado hit here just north of Ottumwa a little bit earlier this afternoon, about a couple hours ago or so. They are now in the hospital in Ottumwa. We were told a short time ago, though, by some family members that they are okay, or at least for the time being in a stable sort of condition. But you can see their house is in pretty rough shape. We're seeing a lot of damage. There's a lot of debris in the house. As you can see, the furniture is all strewn about inside. There was also, we were told by some family, a trailer back behind the house, mobile home type of trailer. And when we got here, I could not have told you that there was actually a trailer there. That thing was blasted apart to pieces, it looks like. And most of the pieces, the tin, aluminum, and so on, are now back into the trees behind the house. There's a TV tower out there too that was pretty much covered, embedded with a whole bunch of corn stalks and debris. This is the car that Bob Thomas is showing you right now. We're inside what was their garage. I mean, look at all the crop debris and everything else that blew in from the west from this field a little earlier ago. There's a lot of nails and just whatever, most folks have inside their garage strewn about here now as well. Now, this is obviously not the only tornado that happened here earlier this afternoon across parts of the state. A lot of damage here in parts of southeastern and eastern Iowa. Probably a few more scenes like this from this tornado that headed north and east of us from Wapello County and up into parts of southern Keokuk County. But this is one of the worst damage areas of damage that we've seen so far. The whole west side of the house caved in. The doors, you can see, blown out basically off its hinges as well. We're going to take a more look at some of this damage here as we head through the evening down in this part of southeastern Iowa. For now, live northeast of Ottumwa, Zane Satry, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Thank you, Zane. Again, the couple who lived in the home taken to the hospital were told they will be okay. That's good news given the extent of the damage to their house. Tornadoes ripped across eastern Iowa today. One took a roof off a home in Hedrick, northeast of Ottumwa. A new photo from the Wapello County Sheriff's Office shows the damage. This is exactly where Zane Satry was reporting to you live just moments ago.
And that family's hog barn ripped to shreds. You can see some of the pigs, though, untouched there in the foreground of the photo. More reportedly killed. That metal barn flattened from that storm. And another angle of the storm just shows how huge that funnel was as it churned across the cornfield. Look at that thing as it comes across.
It has been called a monster, and it truly is. Laura Sylvester captured this terrifying sight many east of the Des Moines metro area have been witnessing this afternoon. And now take a look at what viewers in Poweshiek County captured. This is near Malcolm. Patrick Conrad sent us this video. You see the funnel between the grain silos there.
A little hard to see, but as the system continued to move north and east. Blaine Forsyth saw the twister as well. The Poweshiek County Sheriff's Office says there is no damage in the county, but you can see the tornado as it touches the ground there.
Now, we are told that there is significant damage in Keokuk County. Danny Lyle sent us this photo of what appears to be a funnel near Keota. Dispatchers tell KCCI that houses are leveled in Keota and in Ollie and the Martinsburg areas. Right now, there are no reports of any people hurt.